Namaste, Witchlings. It is time for Friday night guided meditation, so dim the lights, settle into some warmth. If you have blankets, bolsters, or pillows, go ahead and use them. Tonight is not a night for minimalism. Allow gentle instrumental music if you like, which is the backing here, or resting quiet, and when you're ready, lie down on your back in Shavasana. Let your arms rest where they feel natural. Let your feet fall open. Take just a moment to adjust your body until you feel supported. There is absolutely nothing you need to hold yourself up for tonight. All right. Namaste, Witchlings, and welcome to our Friday night guided meditation. Tonight's practice is not about transcendence. It is not about rising above. It is not about bypassing what this week has held. Tonight is 100% about clearing without collapse. It's about letting your nervous system finally exhale after carrying news, emotions, outrage, grief, and tension that were never meant to live in your body this long. There's absolutely nothing you need to fix here, nothing you need to understand or perform. This is a space of permission. Permission to be human, tired, and exactly as you are. Let yourself arrive. Take a slow breath in through your nose and a long breath out through the mouth. Allow your jaw to soften as you exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. If it feels good, sigh it out. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Let the sound move through your body. Notice the surface beneath you, the floor, mat, bed, or earth. The ground is doing the work tonight. You do not have to hold yourself up. You do not have to stay alert or vigilant. The ground receives you fully without commentary, judgment, or expectation. Allow your body to be heavy. Feel the places where your body makes contact with the surface beneath you, the backs of your heels, your calves, your thighs, the weight of your hips, your shoulder blades, and the back of your skull. Notice how gravity is already pulling you downward, asking absolutely nothing in return. If your mind is busy, that's okay. If emotions are present, that's okay. If your body feels restless or numb or buzzing, that's okay. Nothing here is a problem. Bring your awareness gently to your breath, not to control it, just to notice it. Feel the rise of the inhale and the fall of the exhale. There is a natural rhythm here, older than thought, older than language. And with each exhale, imagine your body sinking just a little bit more into the support beneath you. not forcing or pushing, just allowing. If it helps, imagine the earth beneath you as warm and steady, like a great patient presence saying, "I've got you." Let the muscles of your feet soften, your toes unclench, your arches release, and your heels grow heavy. Let your lower legs relax. There is nowhere they need to go. Soften your knees. Let them drift outward or rest however feels natural. Allow your thighs to be heavy, your hips wide, and your pelvis supported. If you notice holding in your belly, see if you can let that soften. Your belly doesn't need to be flat or firm here. It only needs to breathe. Feel the breath moving gently into the belly and back out again. Let your lower back rest. There is nothing it needs to brace for at the moment. Allow your chest to soften. Your heart space does not need armor in this moment. Allow your shoulders to melt down and away from your ears. If they've been carrying the weight of responsibility, let that weight slide off for now. Soften your arms, your upper arms heavy, elbows loose, forearms resting, the palms open or relaxed, your fingers gently uncurling. Notice your throat. If you've been swallowing words, emotions, or truths this week, let your throat soften right now. Relax your jaw, unclench your teeth. Let your tongue rest wide in your mouth. Smooth the space between your eyebrows and soften your eyes behind your eyelids. Let your forehead be spacious. Feel the back of your skull resting into your support. Your head does not need to be held up by effort. You are allowed to rest. As your body settles, your nervous system begins to notice there is no immediate threat, no demand, and no urgency in this moment. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the feeling of your body being held. You might imagine the week you've lived, the conversations, the headlines, moments of tension or sorrow, or moments of rage or helplessness. You don't need to replay them, simply acknowledge that they existed. Now, imagine placing all of that weight onto the earth beneath you. You're not throwing it away, you're not denying it, just setting it down. The earth has been holding human grief for a very long time. It knows what to do with it. With each exhale, feel just a little bit more of that burden drain downward, out of the muscles, the breath, and your nervous system, clearing without collapse, releasing without disappearing. You are still here, and you are still whole. If emotions arise, tears, anger, sadness, let them move like weather. You do not need to name them or justify them. Breath by breath, the body remembers how to settle. Imagine now that your breath is a gentle wave. The inhale rolls in, and the exhale rolls out. Nothing abrupt, nothing forced, just tide and retreat. With every exhale, quietly remind yourself, in this moment, I am safe enough. Not perfect or untouched by the world, just safe enough to rest. Allow the space around you to feel quieter. Even if sounds exist, even if thoughts pass through, there is a sense of widening. You are not shrinking or escaping. You are grounding. Feel yourself rooted, not frozen or stuck, but steady. Like a tree that bends in the wind without breaking. Tonight's rest is not passive. It is restorative. It is an act of care. By resting your nervous system, you are tending the parts of yourself that allow you to show up again tomorrow and the next day and the day after that and the day after that. You are allowed to put the world down for a while. Stay here for a few breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Let the ground hold you. Let your breath move you. Let yourself be exactly here. There is nothing else you need to do. This week's theme is Sauca, clarity, cleansing, gentle clearing. Sauca is often translated as purity, but tonight we're working with a softer truth. Sauca is not about scrubbing yourself clean. It is not about perfection or about erasing discomfort, emotion, or complexity. Sauca doesn't ask us to purify ourselves through force. It does not ask us to fix what is broken. It does not ask us to transcend our humanity. Sauca asks us to make space. Space for breath, for rest, and for what is true. It asks us to clear what doesn't belong, not by pushing it away, but by no longer gripping it so tightly. Tonight, we are not solving the world's problems, we're not finding answers, we're not strategizing, explaining, or justifying. Tonight, we are allowing your body to stop bracing against them. Notice how often your body prepares for impact. Tightening of your jaw, the lifting of your shoulders, holding your breath, and clenching your belly. That bracing is not a failure. It is an intelligent response to a loud, demanding world. Sauca begins by thanking the body for trying to protect you, and then gently inviting it to rest. Bring your awareness back to your breath, not to change it, we're just noticing it. Feel the inhale arrive and the exhale leave. Sauca lives in this noticing. With every exhale, imagine creating just a little more internal space. Not empty space, livable space. Space where the nervous system can finally loosen its grip. Space where emotions can exist without overwhelming. Space where clarity emerges naturally rather than being forced. Sauca is not a demand for calm. It is permission for honesty. If rest feels easy, let it be easy. If rest feels unfamiliar or uncomfortable, let that be true too. There is no correct experience here. Notice if the mind wants to turn this into a task, something to accomplish or to get right. If that happens, gently remind yourself, this isn't work. This is allowing. Sauca clears not by effort, but by softening resistance. You might imagine that with every breath out, you are clearing a small amount of static, mental noise, emotional residue, and energetic clutter that really doesn't need to be carried into tomorrow. Not everything, just enough. Tonight's clearing is subtle, almost quiet. Like opening a window in a stuffy room and letting fresh air move through on its own. There is no need to air everything out at once. Sauca respects timing. It respects capacity. Now, gently, bring to mind the idea of intention. Not a goal, not a demand, just a direction of care. Silently to yourself, you might set an intention, a sankalpa. Tonight, I allow myself to rest without guilt. You don't need to believe it completely. You don't need to convince yourself, and you don't need to repeat it perfectly. Just let the words float. Let them land wherever they land. If guilt arises, that all too familiar voice that says you should be doing more, being more, or fixing something, notice it without engaging it. Sauca does not argue with guilt. It simply stops feeding it. Rest is not indulgence. Rest is maintenance. Rest is how clarity returns, discernment sharpens, and compassion stays accessible. By allowing yourself to rest tonight, you are not abandoning the world. You are tending the part of you that can meet it again. Feel your body receiving this intention, not as pressure, but as relief. Notice where your body softens in response, even slightly. Maybe your shoulders drop just an eh. Maybe your breath deepens or your face relaxes. Sauca works in small shifts. Stay with the sensation of being allowed to pause. Nothing is being taken away from you. Nothing is being demanded. Only space is being offered. If your intention begins to fade, that's okay. Intentions aren't meant to be held tightly. They are meant to be planted and trusted to work quietly beneath the surface. Return one more time to your breath. Inhale, receiving. Exhale, releasing. Sauca is happening now, whether you feel it or not. The body knows how to clear when it's no longer rushed. The nervous system knows how to rest and reset when it is no longer under threat. Let yourself rest inside that knowing. Tonight, clarity doesn't arrive through effort. It arrives through gentleness. And you're already practicing it just by being here. Stay with this intention for a few more breaths. Let it settle and root. There is nothing else you need to do. Bring your attention to the top of your head. You do not need to visualize anything, just notice the sensation. Notice if there's any tightness in your scalp, some subtle gripping that you may not have realized was there. Allow your scalp to soften, as if the skin itself can relax and widen. Bring some awareness to your forehead, the space between your brows, around your eyes. Soften the muscles around your eyes. Let your eyelids be heavy. There's nothing you need to look out for right now. Allow your eyes to rest back into their sockets, supported and unguarded. Let your jaw unclench and notice if your teeth are touching. If they are, gently allow just a small space between them. Allow your tongue to rest wide and easy in your mouth. No effort, no holding. Bring your awareness to your throat. Notice if there is tension there. Tightness from unsaid words, from swallowing emotions, or from staying silent when you really wanted to speak. Let your throat soften. There is nothing to swallow, explain, or say right now. You are safe to be quiet here. Now, bring your awareness to your shoulders. Notice their position. Notice how much they've been carrying responsibility, vigilance, anticipation. You really don't need to judge the tension, just acknowledge it. And on your next exhale, imagine your shoulders melting downward, like warm wax softening and dripping. Feel the weight slide off the tops of your shoulders, down your arms, and into the ground. Allow your upper arms to grow heavy, your elbows loose, and your forearms supported. Let your hands relax, your palms open or gently curved. Notice your fingers. See if they've been gripping, holding, bracing, or preparing. And just allow your fingers to soften. They do not need to hold anything right now. And then bring your attention and your awareness to your chest. Notice the subtle movement of breath beneath your ribs, the gentle rise, the gentle fall. You don't need to deepen your breath. You don't need to regulate it. We're just observing. Let your breath move like a tide, in and out, arriving and leaving. Nothing forced, nothing rushed. Feel your breath touching your heart space. This is not about opening or fixing your heart, just letting it exist. Bring your attention now to your belly. Notice the movement there as you breathe. The rise upon inhale, the fall upon exhale. Allow your belly to be soft. There's no need to hold yourself together tonight. No need to brace or protect. Your body doesn't have to prove anything here. Bring your awareness to your lower back. Notice if there is effort or holding. Allow your lower back to rest into the support beneath you. And now, bring your attention to your hips and your pelvis. This is a place where many of us store stress and vigilance, a constant readiness to move, react, or protect. Imagine your hips becoming wide and heavy. With each and every exhale, feel them sinking downward, fully supported by the surface beneath you. There is nowhere you need to go. Now let your thighs soften. Allow your muscles to release their grip. Soften your knees. Let them be loose and easy. Bring awareness to your calves. Notice any tightness or buzzing. Allow them to relax. Bring your attention to your feet. Your ankles soften. The soles of your feet widen. Your toes unclench. Feel the weight of your feet resting fully. No effort required. And now, take just a moment to sense your entire body at once. From the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. Notice how your body is resting. Notice how it's held. You are not holding yourself up. You are being supported. Feel the surface beneath you, receiving your weight without strain or expectation. Let the nervous system register this message. In this moment, you are safe. You are safe enough to rest, to release, and to let go of vigilance. If your mind drifts, and it probably will, gently bring it back to the sensation of heaviness and of being held. Nothing else is required. Stay here for a few slow breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Feel your body settle even more deeply into the support beneath you. Held, supported, at rest. And allow yourself to remain here exactly as you are. Now, gently bring to mind the idea of residue. Not the events themselves, not the images, the conversations, or the headlines, just the residue they left behind in your body. The clenching, the bracing, the constant readiness to respond, defend, or endure. Notice where that residue tends to collect for you. Maybe in your jaw or your shoulders, your belly or your hips, or your breath. You don't need to search for it. Just let your awareness land where it naturally goes. Residue is not failure. It is evidence that your body has been paying attention, trying to keep you safe in a world that often feels loud and oh so unpredictable. Tonight, you are not asking your body to forget. You are not asking it to ignore reality. What you are doing is you are offering it a break. With each and every exhale, just imagine releasing a thin layer of that residue. Not all of it, not in one dramatic sweep, just a layer, like dust being gently brushed away, like mist evaporating in warm air. As you exhale, silently remind yourself, this doesn't need to live in my nervous system right now. Inhale, receiving support. Exhale, softening and releasing. Again, inhale and exhale. Notice if your body responds. A deeper breath, a subtle sigh, a softening you didn't plan. Let it happen without commentary. If nothing noticeable happens, well, hey, that's okay too. Release is not always dramatic. Oftentimes, it's quiet. As you continue to exhale, imagine the residue draining downward, out of your muscles, out of your joints, out of your breath itself. Feel it moving into the earth beneath you, not as something discarded, but as something returned. The earth knows how to compost what no longer needs to be held. You are not letting go of care. You're letting go of constant alertness. You're not becoming numb. You're becoming resourced. Exhale and release. Again, exhale and soften. Let your body learn, slowly and safely, that it is possible to rest even when the world is imperfect. That it's possible to release tension without abandoning awareness. That vigilance doesn't need to be permanent in order to be effective. If thoughts arise, plans, worries, analysis, acknowledge them gently, and then return to the sensation of exhale and release. You might imagine each breath out creating a little more internal space. Space in your shoulders, behind your eyes, in your chest and belly. Not emptiness, just room to breathe. Notice if your breath begins to lengthen naturally. If your body feels heavier, if the sense of effort begins to fade. This is the nervous system recalibrating. There is no rush. Release happens in layers, waves, and cycles. Each exhale is enough. Let the phrase arise again, quietly, without force. This doesn't need to live in my nervous system right now. Feel the truth of that statement, not as an idea, but as a bodily permission. You're allowed to set this weight down for the night. You can pick it up later if you need to, but right now, rest is safe. Stay with this rhythm for just a few more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let your body continue releasing at its own pace, in its own way. Absolutely nothing else is required. You're doing enough simply by allowing this moment of ease. Stay here, soft and supported, as the residue continues to dissolve. Bring your awareness gently to the center of your chest, not with effort, just noticing. Notice the rhythm of your breath moving through this space, the subtle lift on the inhale and the soft settling on the exhale. Now imagine a small steady flame there. Not raging or flaring, definitely not demanding attention, just warm and present. This is your heart fire. It is not fueled by urgency. It doesn't burn because something is wrong. It burns because care exists. Tonight, this fire does not need to grow brighter. It doesn't need to expand, and it doesn't need to illuminate the world. It only needs to stay lit. With each breath in, feel that warmth spread gently through your chest. It's not pushing outward, it's just radiating softly. With each breath out, feel it settle, rooting deeper into your body. This isn't a fire that consumes you. It doesn't feed on exhaustion. It doesn't require sacrifice of the self. This fire sustains you. It warms the heart without burning it out, and it offers light without demanding depletion. Imagine this heart fire as steady even in wind and uncertainty. It doesn't flicker wildly when the world is loud. It doesn't go out when you rest. It simply remains. If thoughts arise, questions, doubts, or plans, let them pass around the flame like air moving around a candle. The flame remains undisturbed, and with each breath, feel the body orient around this warmth. Your shoulders soften, your jaw relaxes, your belly eases. Your nervous system recognizes this fire as safe. It's not adrenaline. It's not urgency. This is presence. Let this fire remind you, you don't have to exhaust yourself to be ethical. You don't have to stay activated to stay compassionate. You do not have to suffer in order to care. Let those truths land, not as ideas, but as felt experiences. Feel the steadiness of the flame, its quiet resilience. This is the kind of care that lasts. You might imagine this heart fire connected to the ground beneath you, rooted and supported. The earth feeds it, rest feeds it, boundaries feed it. You are not the fuel, you are the keeper. If you notice a habit of turning care into urgency, see if you can gently release that pattern tonight. Urgency burns fast. Heart fire burns slow. With each inhale, receive warmth. And with each exhale, release pressure. Let your flame be exactly the size it wants to be. Nothing needs to be added and nothing needs to be taken away. The flame doesn't judge your worth. It doesn't measure your productivity. It doesn't demand proof. It simply exists. Stay with this visualization for a few more breaths. Inhale, feeling warmth spread softly. Exhale, feeling steadiness settle. Take a breath in and out. Inhale and exhale. Let this fire anchor you in a kind of care that is sustainable, ethical, and deeply human. You can return to this heart fire anytime. In moments of overwhelm or doubt, or when you forget that the rest is part of devotion. For now, let it glow quietly in your chest, steady and unwavering. Remain here, supported by warmth, held by presence as the practice continues. For the next few moments, rest in quiet awareness. No visualization, no effort, just breath and body. If silence feels uncomfortable, stay with it gently. If it feels comforting, allow yourself to sink deeper. I'll be quiet here. Begin now to gently deepen your breath. No need to hurry. Just notice that your breath is becoming a little fuller, a little more present. Feel the inhale arrive more clearly and feel the exhale complete itself. Notice your body again, heavy, supported, here. Sense the places where your body meets the surface beneath you, and notice how held you feel now compared to when we began. There is no right way to feel, just notice what is. Slowly and gently begin to invite some small movements. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Let the movement be easy and exploratory, as if you are reminding the body that motion can return without urgency. Perhaps circle your wrists and or your ankles. Maybe stretch through your arms and legs in a way that feels nourishing. Take your time. When you're ready, draw your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs and give yourself a big hug. Feel the curve of your spine and the containment. This isn't about squeezing, it's more about reassurance. Maybe you rock gently side to side, or maybe you stay still, whichever feels more comforting. Notice how it feels to offer yourself this care without needing permission. When it feels right, roll onto your side and pause there for a moment. Let this be a threshold, a space between rest and re-entry. Notice your breath here, the steadiness of your body. Before you sit up, silently offer yourself some gratitude, not for being productive or for doing this well, but for choosing rest tonight, for listening to your nervous system and allowing yourself to pause in a world that often demands constant motion. Let that gratitude be simple, no ceremony required. And then, when you're ready, use your hands to gently press the floor away and come up to a seated position. Lifting slowly, letting your head be the last thing to rise. Take a quiet moment in stillness. Feel the verticality of your spine. Feel the groundedness beneath you. If you prefer, you are more than welcome to stay lying down. There is no rule that says you have to sit up. Rest can continue. This practice doesn't end when the words stop. The clarity you cultivated, the release you allowed, the heart fire you tended, all of that moves with you. You may not notice the effects right away. You might notice them later. Both are perfect. As you prepare to return to your evening, see if you can carry one small thread of this practice with you. A softer breath, a steadier pace, a gentler inner voice You don't need to protect this state. You don't need to hold on to it tightly. Integration happens naturally when the body feels respected. Take one final breath together. Inhale, receiving. Exhale, grounding. May you move forward tonight resourced rather than depleted. May your rest ripple outward into clarity, into care, into sustainable presence. When you're ready, open your eyes or keep them soft. The practice is complete, and the rest you claim tonight is something you are allowed to return to again and again. As our practice comes to a close, let tonight leave you with this remembering. You are not required to carry everything. You were never meant to hold the weight of the world in your shoulders, your breath, or your nervous system. Some things belong to you, some things pass through you, and some things are not yours to carry at all. You are allowed to rest. Rest is not a failure of commitment. It isn't disengagement. It is how your care stays sustainable, your clarity remains intact, and it is how your heart stays open without burning out. Clarity grows in stillness, in those quiet moments when the body softens, the breath steadies, and the inner noise fades enough for truth to rise on its own. You have tended your inner fire tonight, not with the intention to make it brighter, but to keep it warm, steady, and very much alive. Let that warmth move with you as you return to the world. And now, go out and spread love, spread joy, and spread kindness, because there is already enough darkness in this world. Let us choose to be steady lights for those finding their way through it. Tell your loved ones in all their forms, 2 legs, 4 legs, wings, fur, scales, paws or claws, that they matter deeply. Time slips away faster than we realize, and those chances to say I love you are never guaranteed. And please always, always remember, you are loved. You are wanted. You are needed. And your purpose here is real, even if you haven't discovered it yet. I love all of you to pieces. Namaste, my witchlings.